Hi, I'm Jesse. Welcome back to my channel, Jaffe Duck Productions. Today we are going to go through, review, and rate Supergirl, Episode 10, Legion of Superheroes. This is the mid-season premiere, so this is the first episode back from the break. Let's dive into it. So, Legion of Superheroes is... Supergirl remains in a dreamlike state after sustaining injuries from rain, so Ma now recruits Brainiac 5, a member of the Legion of Superheroes, to bring her back. Alright, let's get started. So, this opens up with a shot of Kara in her loft, just relaxing, waking up from a dream. Somebody coming in and knocking. She lets this person in. It's Brainiac 5. So, I get a lot of changes, and we do change a lot of things with Supergirl and any of the Arrowverse shows, period. Why is Brainiac 5 purple and blue now? Like, from the comics, he was green, and that color palette looks so much better. This just, I believe I've heard referred to as monochromatic. I just don't feel like it works. Mind you, as we'll see later on in the episode, even the Legion of Superheroes vests and even the Legion of Superheroes costumes are very muted and mundane. For a show like Supergirl, where her costume is a costume, it's bright, it's got a couple changes from the comics, but it's blue, red, and has a big frickin' S on it. So, they could have done better. If any show could have done better, if any show should have done better, it should be Supergirl. Anyways. So, we have Brainiac 5 with his first meeting with Supergirl. He was a fanboy. It's almost even more than Saturn Girl. He is a true fanboy, and he's unapologetic about it. And the mannerisms he has of someone with an AI core who also has feelings and a personality, I think they blend really well together. He understands feelings, and I think he feels feelings. Just sometimes the AI just gets taken away from him. Anyways, his interactions with Kara, Melissa Benoist, I really like it, and they do have good chemistry. But Melissa Benoist pretty much has chemistry with everybody. Jimmy, then Mon-El, Barry. Yeah, let's not get started on that. Anyways, so we cut to a scene with Ruby and her mother. Now, Ruby's still not great. She's not terrible in this scene, but that child actor's not great. They need to get rid of this. Oh my god, it's so bad. Why couldn't it have been a baby? A baby would make so much more sense. Make it so much easier. Here's a baby. Everybody loves a baby. Baby bring you back to Earth. Anyways. Cut to, she sees a headline about Supergirl, and she gets angry. Rain sees it. She goes from being Mama to Rain. And she goes out and decides to talk about what she should do. And she's to bring justice to the world. Everybody's allowing to happen. Why? She's the world killer. Why on earth? So, is she a world killer, or does she want to reign? Like, at this point, I don't know why world killer's in the title when she's trying to reign over everybody. She's getting rid of violence. She wants everybody to worship her. She wants to protect people. Yes. And eventually, probably, rule over them. Where's world killer come in with this? World breaker, world destroyer. She's not a killer of worlds, she wants to reign over them. Hence the name Reign. So, a little confused here. I hope they explain it later on. Oh, and I'm here to help. she can't deliver that line. That line was so poorly delivered. I'm not a fan. Back to DEO. So, they have a protocol called the Sundown Protocol. It is for any rogue Kryptonian. They have sonic blasters, keep them down, red sun grenade, and they planned on using kryptonite. Alright, this is a good plan. They only have a little bit of kryptonite, so not great. And yeah, it was a plan to take down Superman if he ever went rogue. This plan also goes to Supergirl and any other rogue Kryptonian that might come around. But they got rid of most of the kryptonite, thanks to Superman, and Kara agreed. Everybody agreed, and then now we have another rogue Kryptonian. It's a little too ridiculous. I don't know why they completely got rid of it. It should have been able to be accessed just in case this ever happens. If we lose the Kryptonian saviors, we should have a way to battle Kryptonians. So we cut to James and Lena. Wow. I finally remember Polaris' name from The Gifted. Anyways, James and Lena's chemistry, I believe it's the most interesting thing James has done. I kind of liked him as Guardian, but he never quite hit that mark, especially since he was trying to be a hero in a city protected by a Kryptonian. It fell short, and James just being himself is a little better, so I'm waiting to see how this goes. I like Jimmy Olsen as a character. This doesn't quite feel like Jimmy Olsen. I like Jimmy Olsen down to the ground. He's taking photos, but okay, I get that he's older now and you don't keep going like that. Anyways, let's move on to, we're back to Supergirl and Brainiac 5. Great line, this is torture, Brainiac 5, of all the possibilities I've envisioned with our first meeting. This is torture was not one of them. So, clearly not a regular Brainiac here, because any other Brainiac would love to torture a House of L. Sorry, someone from the House of L. Oh, so Brainiac's telling her she can wake up. He buried the lead, and her body is healed enough to wake up. But she can't. She can't open that door to get out of her own head. So she goes full Supergirl on it, and the effects and just watching her blast that door with her eye beams, even if it was in her own head, it felt intense, and like just the power emanating from this person. You don't see it too often with Supergirl, and when you do, it's like, no wonder she was able to take down Superman. She will be able to take down Reign. She just needs to figure out it for herself. Anyways, so they dropped a name of a Legionnaire from the home planet that the Blight started on. Her name is Ayla. And if I'm pronouncing this correctly, which is entirely possible, I'm not. Ayla Rons. She's Lightning Lass, Light Lass, or Pulse. Now, if she gets woken up in the Legionnaire ship, I don't doubt that it's probably going to be called, she's going to be called Pulse. That's just the name that would fit the Arrowverse more than Lightning Lass or Light Lass. Anyways, so yeah, the Blight mentioned by them are huge Legion villains. I definitely recommend, I watched a review on this myself to gain ideas on how I was going to go through this, and Jason Inman over at Jawin did a great job explaining what the Blight is, and his knowledge about it is far more excessive than mine, so I definitely recommend going over and checking out his channel. I'm going to put a link in an annotation here. Alright, or sorry, up here. So, we're cutting returning to a scene. Uh, so Jimmy got really flustered trying to explain where Kara was to Lena, best friend. Can't explain Kara's in a coma with Supergirl, so he tells her she is sick. So Lena immediately, being the best friend, goes right over to her apartment. Well, since she's obviously not there, we do have a shapeshifter that can impersonate her. Poor Martian Manhunter. He looked so awkward. And anyways, so he gets to her apartment. He switches to her, and Melissa Benoist does a great David Harwood impression. She gets his mannerisms down right. The tone of voice is obviously hers, but she switches the inflections to sound a little more like him. It's excellent. It was a great bit of acting from Melissa Benoist. And yeah, I just want to shout that out here. It's a silly scene where they talk about how good a kisser Jimmy Olsen is. And oh boy, did John Jones love that. Okay, so once that all wrapped up, they're left the apartment. John goes back, and now that he's talked about kissing James Olsen, he is ready to take on a rogue Kryptonian. One seems far worse than the other, and I would have to agree with him. Anyways, so they set up a plan. Great, they're robbing a bank. Well, they're all robbing a bank. Let's draw Rain out. They've drawn Rain out. Everybody in that bank is actually a DEO agent. Pulls weapons on her. They hit her with a red sun grenade, takes her down for a minute, which is great because that's exactly what a red sun grenade should work on Kryptonia. The pulse weapons, the sonic weapons maybe, keep her down. These always slow down Supergirl and Superman. So this is, again, not a surprise. As soon as that kryptonite goes around her neck, now there's something wrong. I don't know what happened there. I don't know how that works, because she should be far more affected by the kryptonite. Like, Kara is extremely affected by this much kryptonite, which is strange. I don't think even Superman will be. It might be about how much time they spent on Earth, but even Superman would be more affected by that amount of kryptonite. I don't know where they're going with this. I hope they have an explanation. Maybe her genetic makeup is different. She might be part Kryptonian, but she's also part something else. And we'll see maybe like a Doomsday-esque transformation like in Smallville. That would be really good. Like, really interesting and a unique, not a unique take, but it all leads up to her stopping being Rain and becoming the world killer. That's their last-ditch effort, and once she destroys the world, she tries and goes and reign over another one. Huh. Maybe I just had a prediction for the future of this season. I'd be okay with this. Anywho, so we go back to her head. Oh, yeah, so the kryptonite does weaken her. She does escape, so DEO almost got it right, but not quite. On par with usual here. So at this point, Brainiac's in her head. Rain had escaped and is going to take on something else. Alex breaks her leg, so she's being treated by Brainiac, and so they figure out where Rain's probably going to go next. Prison. Where else? Where she could kill the guards, kill the prisoners. These are people that are let live and shouldn't have been left live. That's according to her. So she goes to a prison. She gets there. She's beating the shit and killing everybody. While Brainiac is talking to Kara, and Kara is going through her stuff, she does an amazing Sherlock line. Our mind is furnished by the furniture we choose, I believe. I am so terrible at that line, I'm sorry. Anyways, so she realized maybe her subconscious is put objects that she has, but maybe it shouldn't be in this loft, maybe it should be at her home with her mom, or maybe it shouldn't be there at all, because, yeah. So she figures this out, see what her subconscious is trying to tell her, because obviously her subconscious is what's not wanting her to wake up. Brainiac is a little disappointed that he didn't think about it, but this is more of an emotional response than an intellectual response, so it makes sense that Brainiac didn't think about it first. And that's a great breakdown of his character. Like, if it's an emotional response and that's all Supergirl is, he won't think of it. But if it's an intellectual response, Supergirl can get there eventually. Brainiac's going to get there faster. That'd actually make a great team. Hi, sorry about that. Anyways, I was talking about the emotional response versus the intellectual response with Brainiac and Supergirl. This obviously makes them a great team together, and I'm sure that's what they were going for. Anywho, so while this is all happening, we get the reveal of why the Legion didn't want to fight earlier and why they're choosing to fight now. Their villain in the future is the Blight, and they found a cure for the Blight. Now the Blight, what they did is they encoded it into their own DNA. So if they die, no cure. Obviously, not a great thing. So, what they could have done is they could have just left somebody behind, sent 2 of them. That way, it's not a little bit in each of their DNAs, as far as I understand. It's each of their DNA has the code in it. So if any one of them survives, the thing survives. That way, it would make no sense if they would only have so many of them survive. Like, they can never predict that all of them would have survived to bring the cure back. So, anyways. So, we get a reveal of their costumes. Alright, they're cool. They're more leather X-Men costumes, like that trend, almost all black, little hints of color, and like the symbol on their belt buckle. It's not great. I am, again, like I said earlier in this video, I am disappointed of any of the Arrowverse shows. Supergirl is the show that should have gotten these costumes right. But moving on. So, they go decide to fight Rain. She's taking on a prison, killing everybody in there because she believes that people who break the law, who go against things, should die. And people protecting those people should die. So, everybody in prison has already escaped their death and is just should be dead, and then the guards are the ones protecting them. So she's great shots of her tearing through the prison. She goes and sees the priest. Fucking priest. That's the crazy zealot that was obsessed with Supergirl. Really changed his tune. I'm very curious about that. Anyways, I'm sure they'll explain it later. Priest boy is praying to essentially her. She doesn't kill him. Well, it implies that she doesn't kill him because the Legion distracts her by blasting Bon Jovi. Alright, it's cheesy, it's stupid, but when they do musical numbers like that, like a bunch of music to distract the enemy, it's very Guardians of the Galaxy, but I love it so much. It's my kind of thing. I love it, give me more of it. Anyways, so that was great. Drew her out. The choreography, something was off about that fight scene. It was weird. I don't get it. Anyways, it was just enough information for Brainiac to be communicating with Supergirl in her coma and flying the Legion ship and attacking Reign at the same time. I'm sure he enters her mind and keeps talking to her on purpose because he knows who she is. She is a hero. She will do anything for anybody else. If anything was to break her gap, it would be that. And of course, she sees her cat Streaky. Alright, we got Streaky the cat from the comics, the super cat, not really super. First, it's what helped her control her powers. She liked the cat, she eventually started petting the cat, and it helped her control her strength while she was on Earth. Alright, I like it. It was a great way to integrate that cat, and yeah. So, when Brainiac starts freaking out, it's like, I can do multiple tasks. Monel, dodge! While he's trying to juggle. It's cheesy, and I'm sure Brainiac did it on purpose, or at least to a degree on purpose. This brings Supergirl to the realization she really needs the help. Then he drops the bomb. Alex said the same thing. Kara Danvers is her best friend. Really? Alright, so you're Kara. Hooray! OMG. Being Kara is what lets you escape, because you've been trying to deny it. We've learned this lesson several times. I'm tired of it. Please stop. So she wakes up, she gets out. The kryptonite that didn't work, they made it a fluid to inject into Reign's neck. Mon-El had it, couldn't get close enough. Was protected by Saturn Girl by some sort of bubble. When Reign was using ice breath, it froze it around him, and he didn't have the strength to get out. But then again, it was still glowing when he was trying to beat it. So was Saturn Girl's bubble like not even on a time limit? Like, was Saturn Girl's bubble on a time limit, so he couldn't break that, or was he too weak to break the ice? Because you gotta remember, he is Daxamite, and he might not be as strong as a Kryptonian, or he might be. He should still be able to break through that easily. I'm more confused about that than anything else. So Supergirl has Brainiac shoot it. She goes in, gets the kryptonite, injects it into Reign herself. Reign freaks out and is able to fly away. Why is it only evil Kryptonians can fly away when they get hit by kryptonite? Superman and Supergirl just go down and stay down. So Reign goes to her dirt temple, where she eventually shakes off the effects of the kryptonite, like it works through her bloodstream. Again, this happens really quickly. They really need to explain what Reign is, because she's clearly not pure Kryptonian, because kryptonite should be affecting her more. And anyways, at that dirt temple, her Hollow Nun, like I like to call her, because she's holographic, reveals that there are more like her on this planet. And to help her find them, she's recruited the priest. From now on, I will be calling them Hollow Nun and Dirt Priest, because it's a fortress of solitude made out of dirt. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the episode. We need to find out who the others are. Of course, they have a scene between Kara and Alex. They have heart-to-hearts. I understand this thing with Mon-El more, blah 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 blah. It's realizing that I was also Kara Danvers that got me out. This episode was... I don't hate it, I don't love it. I'm gonna go with meh. It was the meh of the meh-est of episodes. It didn't live up to what it could be, but it also didn't disappoint completely. Yeah, anyways. So, for this episode, I'd give it a 2.5. You know what? I'm going to bump it up to a 3 out of 5 super shields. Or, sorry, the symbol of the House of Al. Mainly because I bump it up from a 2 to a 3 because I loved some of these acting moments so much. Anything with Lena and Jimmy, it gives those characters something to do, and I believe that they could be like that. And to see a Luther and Jimmy Olsen get along, that's something special right there. So, but yeah, so anything with Jimmy and that, Melissa Benoist doing her David Harrowwood impression, fucking excellent. Anything with her in her own head it's solid acting and solid writing. Brainiac, much as I disagree with the way he looks, the actor, I don't know if it's supposed to be the way Brainiac 5 is supposed to be, but the actor sells it, man. Like, he sells it hard. So yeah, 3 out of 5 House of L symbols. So that's my opinion, my review. A few predictions thrown in there. I hope to hear what you guys think. Let me know of any of your predictions down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, do all the good things. Alright, love you guys. Later.